Yo, what's up, guys? What's going on? Welcome back. Hope y'all doing well. I am pleasantly surprised with what I saw. I did not expect that. Was there any reason for me to expect that? I know Inter Milan. I know what they're capable of. I've seen them play a little bit more, but I was not expecting that. I definitely was expecting that. I thought, when the final came out, the fixture came out that Inter Milan were gonna play City. I said, nah, that's not the final I want to see. That's not the final anyone wants to see. But then again, most of the good teams or the popular teams were, on the side where on the bracket where City were playing, right? Bayern, Real Madrid. But I am so happy that it was Inter Milan that got to play City. But who better than to stop that famous City offense? And Inter Milan, tactically, they were brilliant. Hats off to Inzaghi. I didn't know much about Inzaghi. I knew a lot about his brother, but Inzaghi, man, genius what he did. And you know what? They could have won this. Yeah, they could have won this. They definitely should have gone into extra time had it not been for one certain individual that might or might not be, more than likely, headed back to England. I was expecting a 4-0. At least, minimum, a 3-0. Minimum a 3-0 from City. I thought this was going to be a complete takeover, dominion from City. And that was it in the first half. The only time I've seen a team that came close to doing what City did throughout this whole season, because City, I mean, the times that I remember that City had more or less trouble was against Fulham. There was a game, Nottingham Forest, and I think they ended up winning both games. And then Brentford. I remember the Brentford game. That was one of the first games that I caught, and they ended up losing. After that, I mean, Champions League, there was nobody that was going to go toe-to-toe with City. Nobody. Real Madrid, I mean, look what happened there, right? Bayern Munich also. So the only team that came close to them was actually Inter Milan when they played against AC Milan in the semifinal, the first leg. I mean, Inter Milan made AC Milan question their existence in this universe. They definitely made them question their existence in the Champions League. I mean, they just basically flicked them off the Champions League, the semifinal. That was a horrible game. I remember saying to myself, I want the last 90 minutes of my life back. That was a horrible game. I think you could have gotten a better squad from the stands from the supporter and made a good squad to play against Inter Milan. So yeah, the game itself, I mean, started off with Haaland having a shot, which was offside. After that, I think it was KDB that had another shot. Nothing really dangerous for Onana. It wasn't like a powerful shot or anything. It was within target. And then the closest that they got throughout the whole game, I'm going to say, is the 5 minutes. Bernardo Silva taking on, DiMarco, which had a pretty good game. Had a lot of space. They gave DiMarco a lot of space. Or he always found himself with a lot of space in the left wing. But the take on, I mean, from outside the box all the way into the box, DiMarco should have taken him out outside of the box or halfway through. He let him just go all the way into the box, gave him enough time to go to his left, and you know what? Onana was already beat. You saw it in his face. He was already beat. He was just looking for the ball and praying that wasn't going to hit the target or the post. That should have been the first goal. And it was going to be in the 5th minute. And had that gone in, he would have gotten subsequently the second goal. Definitely would have gotten the second goal. And that could have just been, it would have been the game that I was expecting, to have. And then after that was just Inter Milan doing what they did best throughout the whole game. Defensively, brilliant, masterclass. They didn't allow City to play their game, and City tried. And City did definitely move the ball around. They did possess the ball a little bit more, just marginally more than Inter Milan. Barella, Stoney, Shalanoglu. I mean, anytime KDB, anytime Gundogan had the ball, they did not, Gundogan especially, I think he was pretty much just crawling on the floor, did not let him turn around. And despite that, they did get through sometimes, but not with concrete clarity to be able to give a pass to someone, lead them completely by themselves inside the box. The only one that came was the KDB to Haaland. Brilliant, that was a great pass. And Haaland ended up going into the box with the ball by himself, but ended up stumbling, so he didn't really get a firm shot or a powerful shot to be able to beat Onana, and Onana with the save. Onana, I thought, had a really good game, both with hands and feet. I thought he did really well building from the back. I don't agree. I've heard, maybe it's rumors, but I don't agree that Chelsea need to buy Onana, keep Kepa. Kepa has saved Chelsea from so many games. I mean, Chelsea was pretty much humiliated throughout the season, but Kepa did a really good job. Some of these games could have been 5-6-0, and they maybe would have gotten to fighting for relegation. Maybe it's like past history. I don't know, but from what I saw, Kepa, solid. I'm not going to say amazingly solid. You don't need to change him. You don't need Onana. Leave Onana, where he's at. But Onana, he had a really good game. Yeah, and after that, it was just City pretty much just trying and trying. The only other time that they kind of got something, but not really, the Akanji shot in the 47th minute that went, of course, just like a Holland shot in the first, second minute, just all the way into the stands, right? But you had to try something because there was no other way to get inside Inter Milan's third half. And as for Inter Milan, I mean, besides brilliantly playing defensively, they didn't have that many opportunities where they were concrete. They were attacking, but there wasn't anything that resembled a chance to be able to score. Brozovic had a shot that went, again, a lot of these shots were going like over the crossbar, but I mean by miles upward. And then there was the goof up from Ederson, which he had two of them. One of them, the first one, he kicked it outside to the side, and I thought he was kicking outside because somebody on the field was hurt, but no, he was just trying to pass it to Aki. And then the one he gave to Stones, which I thought Stones maybe could have done a better job, but you know, I'm trying to give Ederson the benefit of the doubt there. And Barella that ended up getting the shot. And it was just, first of all, he didn't shoot it well. He didn't get to strike it that well. I think he chose the wrong way of hitting the ball, because from that angle, to be able to hit it the way a goalkeeper would clear the ball or would take a goal kick, Ederson would have gotten to the ball. By the time the ball goes upward, Ederson had enough time to go back. I think he should have tried the Trivela, or like a knuckle ball just straight into the goal without allowing it to spend too much time in the air. Otherwise, like I said, Ederson was going to get the ball. And that was it. That was it for Inter Milan, the first half. Then, of course, we see De Bruyne getting injured, which really sucked. Playing the final, you know, and I didn't know the same thing happened in the other final when they played against Chelsea. So really unfortunate for him. Then unfortunately, Checo also gets injured, and you have your boy coming in, Lukaku, and I thought he was gonna play well. I thought that was a good sign. I don't know why. Why did I think that? Because I think the last game, I think it was against Milan that I saw, that he came in for 10 minutes, and he did pretty well, right? So I thought we were gonna get the same thing. He didn't bring anything, right? As we all know. Look, I don't think it was his fault. I think only the one opportunity was his fault. But before I get into that, I want to address the Kanji goof up that he had where he was expecting Ederson to get the ball. I thought Martinez could have done a better job. I thought he was going to try to put it between his legs. I don't think he should have gone for the pass to Lukaku, just because Lukaku was also really well marked. And Lukaku from that angle, I don't think he would have done anything. He's not that sharp, even the shot, because all he needed to do was shoot it from there, but that would have been blocked, or he would have shot it like not within target. I thought Lautaro Martinez was going to do a better job by sifting it through, because obviously Ederson's coming up to him and he's going to open up. You know, there's a chance that he might pass it to Lukaku, and then there's also the chance that he might get it past him, even though it was a really tight angle. But I was hoping that was going to be the tie right there. And then of course the goal, well done City. Most people would have lost that ball where Gundogan was. Probably would have gotten a corner, probably would have gotten dispossessed, and instead gave it to Foden, and then Foden to Akanji. And Akanji, of all people, it seemed almost like he was being remote controlled or puppeteered by KDB that was in the bench. Really good pass to Silva, and Silva hitting Bastoni. Bastoni, by the way, just awesome. No wonder he got injured. This guy was running all over the field. Amazing player. I just discovered him against AC Milan. That was the first time I've seen him play. So the pass from Silva, the drawback, ended up hitting Bastoni, and the rebound, and man, what a shot. The way the ball just when you see the slow-mo, the replay, the way it just swerved around both players. Before you go blaming Onana, he had nothing to do with that. Because, I mean, you have two players there. What were the chances of that ball just skimming right around those two players? If Rodri would get that shot again, I don't think he'd score that ball. Because that ball could have gone out. That ball could have hit, it could have been blocked or deflected off of one of the two players. But still, amazing shot, and it was done. So then the 71st minute with DiMarco. When you see the replay, I know things are going really fast, but when you see the replay, you see DiMarco, and I don't blame him. That first header that hit the crossbar, when you see the replay, you almost want to say he could have volleyed it. Instead of heading it, you see Akanji falling, and I almost feel like, come on, you could have bicycle kicked that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you could have gotten a shot to it. Right, since it's up in the air, you could. I feel like some other player would have thought about that. Even having Akanji next to him, because Akanji wasn't that close, where he quickly could have gotten up in the air and gotten the bicycle kick, the half volley. And then the second one, that wasn't Lukaku's fault. I was at work while I was reading this, that Lukaku got in the way, and you know, Lukaku's to blame for the game. Dude, DiMarco should have done a better job. Maybe not the first one with the volley, but that second one, he had enough time. And again, ice cold. If you had Neymar right there, Messi right there, chest down or chest and the volley, he had enough time to do that. Look at the replay, he had enough time to do that, to pull that off. He had enough time. And knowing, I know again, I get it, but these are elite players. There's someone in front of you, right? Everything's happening so fast, but there's somebody right in front of you, bro. Lukaku's right in front of you. I mean, it's not like he's inconspicuous. He's right there. You can see him, this huge, massively giant blob, or this guy right in front of you. That was not Lukaku's fault. That was DiMarco. DiMarco should have done better. Now, having said that, he did the best he could. I was surprised the way he headed the ball over Ederson. I mean, that took a lot of finesse. Somebody else would have just headed it too hard and it would have gone over, or just right to the hands of Ederson. The Gosen header to Lukaku, and Lukaku for the header that ended up hitting Ederson right in the knee. Yeah, that was all him. But because of that, I feel like everybody unfairly decided to blame Lukaku for getting in the way of DiMarco. When it was DiMarco, you saw him, he was right in front of you. What are you talking about? That was not Lukaku's fault. Lukaku now should have done better with the header with that was given to him by Gosen, the cross from Gosen. Yeah, he pretty much lost the game for Inter Milan. I do agree on that. I definitely do agree with that. And I think Lukaku should not go to Chelsea. I don't think he should stay in Inter. Go to Saudi Arabia, try to get that deal. Well, I don't think he's going to get that deal, but try to get some kind of deal to play where Messi was going to play, or come to the MLS. Lukaku, that one screw up, I think he should have done better. He pretty much ruined it for Inter Milan. Oh yeah, and quickly, the little spin move by Foden before that was class. That would have been the icing on the cake had Foden scored that goal. Yeah, he hit it really weird, like he was just passing it to the goalie, to Onana. Should have struck it like he was trying to score a goal. It just seemed like he was just passing it to the goalie, right? Some kind of drill that they were running. And I thought Foden had just as much influence in the game as KDB when he was playing. So really good substitution. Just goes to show the amount of talent that City have. I am definitely surprised and pleased with what I saw. I was not expecting this. I was expecting, like I said, a complete takeover from Manchester City. And Manchester City weren't sharp, but they did end up winning thanks to a brilliant strike from Raji. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay tuned for future videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.